Ladies and gentlemen, one of the hardest truths to accept in life is that not everyone who listens to you is on your side. Some people don't listen to understand you. They listen to measure you. They want to know how far you are thinking, how big you are dreaming, and how serious you are about changing your life. Not because they want to support you, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. Their smiles feel warm. Their words sound polite. But behind that curiosity is judgment, comparison, and quiet resistance. This is why your dreams, your plans, and your pain need protection. Not everything meaningful in your life is meant to be shared with everyone. There are people who ask questions not to help, but to evaluate. They want details, timelines, numbers, and strategies. They want to know what you are doing next, how fast you are moving, and why you believe you can succeed. At first, it feels like interest. Over time, you begin to notice the tone shift. Doubt hides inside their advice. Sarcasm slips into their encouragement. Their reactions make you feel smaller instead of stronger. They may never openly tell you to stop, but slowly, their words begin to shake your confidence. And that quiet discouragement is often more dangerous than open criticism. Some people listen only so they can repeat your story somewhere else. What you trusted them with becomes entertainment in another room. Your struggles turn into gossip. Your dreams turn into jokes. Your private moments lose their dignity. You start hearing your own words come back to you, twisted, exaggerated, misunderstood. That pain cuts deeper than silence ever could. Silence at least keeps your story safe. Betrayal steals something you cannot easily recover, trust. Then there are those who listen and compare. They measure your goals against their limitations. If they fail, they assume you will fail too. If they never tried, they cannot understand why you would. Their advice sounds reasonable, but it is wrapped in fear. They tell you to be careful, to stay realistic, to not expect too much. What they really mean is don't go where we couldn't go. Not everyone has the emotional capacity to hold your truth. Some people feel threatened by growth because it reminds them of their own stagnation. Your ambition becomes a mirror they don't want to look into. There are also people who listen only while your story feels inspiring. They are present when your ideas sound exciting and your future looks bright. But the moment struggle appears, they disappear. They don't want to hear about patience, sacrifice, discipline, or long nights of uncertainty. They only wanted the comfortable version of your journey, not the real one. Listening is not the same as caring. Caring requires intention, maturity, and selflessness. Many people lack these qualities, even if they have plenty of words. This is why discernment is necessary. You do not owe everyone access to your inner world. You don't have to explain your vision to people who haven't earned your trust. Protecting your words is protecting your direction. Once something is spoken, it cannot be taken back. And once doubt enters your mind, it takes effort to remove it. Some dreams are fragile in the beginning. They need belief more than feedback, commitment more than commentary. Sharing them with the wrong ears can weaken your confidence and slow your pace. Not because the dream is wrong, but because the listener was wrong. From a young age, many people are taught to explain themselves, to justify their choices, to share their plans so others feel comfortable. Over time, this creates habit of opening doors that were meant to stay closed. Not every emotion needs explanation. Not every dream needs an audience. Your heart carries experiences that shaped you, moments that broke you, and hopes that keep you moving forward. These things are personal. When you share them too easily, you give people access to places they may not respect. Dreams are delicate in the beginning. They are built on belief, not proof. When you speak them out loud too soon, they become vulnerable to opinions that were never asked for. People project their fears, failures, and limitations onto what you are trying to build. They may say they are being honest or realistic, but their words quietly damage your confidence. Oversharing often comes from the need for validation. You want reassurance, approval, or applause. But when your motivation depends on others clapping, it becomes unstable. Your heart is not a discussion topic. Your pain is not a debate. Your healing does not require permission. When you explain too much, you invite people to judge things they were never meant to evaluate. There is a difference between being open and being exposed. Openness is intentional and safe. Exposure is careless and draining. When everything is shared, nothing feels protected. You begin to feel empty because too many people have taken pieces of you without giving anything back. Keeping your dreams private does not mean you lack confidence. It means you value them enough to protect them. Silence allows you to work without pressure, to make mistakes without embarrassment, and to grow without constant observation. When you stop making your life an open book, you begin to feel grounded. You move with clarity instead of confusion. You trust your inner voice more than external noise. Your decisions become stronger because they are rooted in purpose, not approval. Silence is not weakness, it is power. Every time you explain yourself, you spend mental and emotional energy. Every time you defend your choices, you lose clarity. Silence keeps your power where it belongs, within you. Talking too much about your plans gives a false sense of progress. It feels productive, even when nothing has changed. Silence removes that illusion and pushes you back into action. Where real growth happens, focus is fragile. Too many voices break it. Opinions, advice, doubts, and comparisons begin to compete inside your head. Silence acts as a filter. It keeps unnecessary noise out and allows you to hear yourself clearly. When you are quiet, your direction sharpens. Silence also protects you from emotional reactions. It gives you time to respond with intention instead of impulse. That pause alone can save relationships, opportunities, and self-respect. Not all company is good company. Wrong company drains you, even when it feels familiar. Loneliness, though uncomfortable at first, is honest. It does not confuse you. It gives you space to hear yourself again. Wrong company keeps you busy avoiding yourself. Loneliness gives you the chance to face yourself. Healing often begins in quiet spaces, not crowded ones. Many people stay in wrong company because they fear being alone. But loneliness is not emptiness. It is a pause. A pause from explaining yourself, from adjusting your personality, from carrying relationships alone. In that pause, you rebuild your sense of self. You rediscover your standards. You remember who you are without performance. Stop proving your worth to people who doubt it. When you try to prove yourself, you hand your power away. People who truly value you don't test you. They don't put you on trial. They recognize effort without demanding proof. The moment you stop proving yourself, your energy shifts. Your silence becomes stronger than your explanations. Your worth is not negotiable. It does not increase with approval or decrease with doubt. It exists whether people recognize it or not. When you understand this, you stop explaining yourself to those who are not listening, and you begin living with quiet confidence, strength, and self-respect.